Good day, folks. Mean Joe Green here, and I'm proud to present a full-length commentary. This one's going to be pretty lengthy. This is cars I would like to see in future car packs. Now, keep in mind, these are my choices. These are my personal choices. And some of them I have good reasons. Some of them I just like for not very just reasons, just because I think they look cool or they sound cool or whatever. But like I said, this is my opinion. And one thing I also want to see, I'm looking forward to seeing, is in the comments section. Would be really cool if you guys would share the rules, since car packs usually come in with 10 cars. Pick 10 cars that aren't in Forza 4 that you would like to see. You could agree with me, you could disagree with me. Like I said, any car that you want. I'm very interested in seeing what you guys have to say. So, without further ado, here we go with Mean Joe Green's car pack picks. Alright, to kick off my list, I have the Mercury Marauder. Now, I just want to let you know, most of the cars you're going to see in my countdown, you're not going to see many. You're not going to see any supercars. You're going to see one race car. I'm not a fan of these supercars designed only for speed. I don't know why. I think they're cool. I mean, obviously, it's not that I hate them. It's just I prefer these more regular, I guess not really practical, but I prefer oddball cars more. So the Mercury Marauder is a Grand Marquis, which is a Crown Victoria wearing a suit that says Mercury on it, powered by a Mustang engine. I wanted the Crown Victoria because it's such an influential car in America, and but you know, it's not bold. It's definitely popular, but what Mercury did with the Marauders, they took the Grand Marquis / Crown Vic / Town Car, and they put a little pep in its step, and by pep, Mustang engine, so that way you could pull up to that cocky guy in his V6 Camaro and destroy him in a Grand Marquis that has a new nickname that's all in black. And I would probably drift that car because it's cool, I guess. The next car I have on my list is the Austin Mini. And what more can I say? It's the Austin Mini. Come on, why hasn't that been put in the game yet? Everybody knows what the original Mini Cooper looks like and is. Everybody loves it. Well, not everybody loves it, but it's such a quirky little car, and it's a Monte Carlo legend. And it was in the Italian Job, and Jason Bourne drives one. And if it was in the game, I would probably use it for autocross. I think it'd be a really good autocross car because it'd be light and nimble, and you'd put a little bit more power in it. The next car is the only super high performance car that is on this list, and it's the only race car. So there's no supercars. There's only this one race car, and it's the World Challenge CTS-V. World Challenge, it's I don't know the full name for it, but it's a supercar racing league or a race car league. The CTS-V, I've always loved the CTS-V. When I saw they're making a race car, I'm like, that's awesome. And I honestly thought that they'd be putting it in Forza, but I guess not. I'm not, you know, the whole world doesn't revolve around me. But I would love to drive it because it's probably the only race car of modern time that I really care about. The next one I have on my list is the Subaru Baja Turbo. I have always loved the Subaru Baja. Ever since I was a little kid, when it first came out, I fell in love with it immediately. And it is a Subaru Legacy Outback with a pickup truck bed with a turbo. Basically a detuned WRX engine. And it's such an acquired taste for looks. Many people find it to be one of the most hideous cars of all time. Personally, I just love it. I love that it's a station wagon that was mutilated in half to make way for a pickup truck bed, and it has Subaru's fantastic all-wheel drive system. And if it was in this game, like pretty much most of these cars, I would be drifting or something along the lines, but I'm not going to state the reason what I'd be doing with them, but it's just I would love to have Subaru Baja Turbo in this game. The next one on my list is one of two estate cars / station wagons. And as a Mopar guy, I'm pleased to see that Turn 10 has brought really the essentials, or from my opinion, of course. You know, there's probably something out there, and some person who's another Dodge fan is like, it's not, they don't have the essentials, they're missing this and that and that and that. But I have the Dodge Magnum SRT 8. What's not to love about a Hemi-powered station wagon that looks like a hearse? It's a Dodge. It's basically a Dodge Charger station wagon, rear-wheel drive. What else do I have to say? I mean, it would be a cool drift car. It's such a badass vehicle. It looks like a hearse. And then the other estate wagon, other estate car. Now I'm putting estate car and station wagon together. The other station wagon slash estate car I have is the Volvo V70. Why? Everybody knows about Volvo wagons. That's probably what they built their big reputation. A lot of their reputation is probably from wagons. And the V70 I just chose because it's a more recent one, and it has a turbo. Come on, I love station wagons that are packing some heat under the hood. What's not to love about a little bit of a surprise? I love sleepers. One day in my life, I'm going to own a sleeper, and that is why I love. I'm one of the not very many American males will say, because station wagons don't have the same stereotypes or the same characteristics that they do in America. In America, people are like, "Oh, you drive a station wagon. Oh, you're a loser. Oh, you're feminine. Oh, you're not straight." You know. I love station wagons. People in America don't realize what it is. It's a car that either can have the same speed as a car, same economy as a car, but with the practicality of a small SUV. And that doesn't appeal to people yet. So we're busy buying ourselves crossover SUVs. So yeah, Volvo V70. Sweet. The next one, as a rally fan, a Group B car I'd like to see is the 240 RS, the Nissan 240 RS, because Group B was a time. There's a lot of manufacturers in Group B, and I just chose the Nissan 240 RS because, well, it's a crazy looking thing. It's somewhat boxy, somewhat has some like sports car sleekness to it, flared wheel arches, but a Group B champion, not really a champion, but a legend. And I love that they put rally cars in this game. I wish they had rally stages, but you know, we can always do Fujimi, which I think is fun. I love Twos racing. Shout out to you, Twangy, because Twangy's he's like the king of Fujimi Kaido when it comes to Twos. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. The next car I have on my list is the Ford Falcon, preferably the I think it's called FPV. Yep, FPV. The new one. Ford Performance Vehicles. Basically, I'm guessing the Australian version of SVT, Special Vehicles Team. Why? Look at it. It's badass. They have the Holden HSV. They can't just let the HSV sit there without any competition. I mean, they have the Commodore and they have the Falcon race cars. But when it comes to Australian V8 powered sedans, you know, you got basically, you got the Commodore, Pontiac G8, same thing. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. And then you have the HSV, but the Falcon isn't in there. And I think I actually think the Falcon's cooler. I don't know. I usually will pick Ford over GM, but Holden's an exception. Holden's I don't know. I love Australian cars. I think they're so awesome how they always appreciate our engine work, because, well, basically, I think Americans, when it comes to engines, V8s, yeah, okay, we did fail at some point with our 200 horsepower powered V8s, but I love American V8s, and Australians are taking them, putting them in cars, and they're making them that work, that can go around corners, you know. But yeah, Ford Falcon FPV. The next one, if you watch Top Gear, you're probably going to hate me for saying this, but the original Volkswagen Beetle. Why? Because, like I said, I love sleepers, and there's not a sleeper that is cooler than the Volkswagen Beetle, in my opinion. There's not one that catches people off guard. I've seen videos on YouTube of people taking Beetles and running 10-second quarter miles or some numbers in the low tens, teens, whatever, with VW bugs, taking out Novas. I mean, come on, a Beetle that's taking out Nova. That's awesome. And people sometimes swap in box or 4 engines. And I don't drag race in this game, but if the Beetle was in the game, I probably would drag race it because, well, damn, it's a Beetle. You can catch people off guard. You can get a paint job that makes it look like a piece of crap. Pull it up, go to, do a drag race, and then just fly, even though it wouldn't be much of a sleeper because there's such thing as performance index in Forza. And the last car that I have on the list is the Nissan Maxima. I don't know what it's not doing in the game. I love the Maxima. My dad used to drive one. I have a friend who drives one. I learned how to drive stick in a Maxima. I still don't drive stick that much, but I learned how to do it in Maxima. And personally, my favorite generation is probably the late 90s one, the 19. That's the one my dad had. I don't know why, but I just love it. And I love the design of the newest Maxima, but they really spade it. They really neutered the car by putting a CVT on it. CVTs, I think, are good for gas, but if you're putting one on your, it's a performance sedan. Why are you putting, you want people to be a part of the car, you gotta give it like a 6-speed manual or a proper gearbox, not this CVT stuff. Come on. But, yeah, I would probably take the Maxima, make it rear-wheel drive, and then drift it. But that's my list. I don't care if my reasons were kind of lame. But, so yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and in the comments I'm looking forward to reading what you guys have to say, what you would like to see in the game. And anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.